Okay, I think we are back. Sorry about that. It's because we are streaming in 1080p. Overwhelms. I believe. Where are we? Okay, here we are. Benz is back. There we go. Thank you, Benz. Appreciate you, friend. Glad you're here. Let me take care of a little business. Live. Okay. And we're back, more or less. Where's our video? Hi, Serena. Thank you for being here. Trying to find our video. Miko, welcome back. Thank you, friend. Trying to play it at 200 to get us back to where we were, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, where were we? Serena says, look at the beautiful view. You're a beautiful view, Serena. Okay, what were we talking about? Sorry for the technical issues. It's an old computer. Well, old for as far as computers go. I should upgrade. And I might at some point, but can't be bothered right now. And also, I don't want to learn a new system. She's tired. She's tired. She saw lots of friends on her walk. And we wrestled. She likes to wrestle. The dog. When she was little, she was... What's going on with my hair? There we go. When she was little, we were sitting... I was on the bed watching TV. We were watching TV, and she stood up. She stood up on the bed. And I was trying to, I don't like her standing on the bed. We're not savages. We sleep on the bed. And so I pushed, I kind of did a little sweep on her back legs and pushed, I did kind of this motion and pushed on her hip, and she plopped down again. And then she got very confused because I was, she was little, she was young, and she was just a puppy. And it's one moment I'm standing and now I am sitting again. How did that happen? And so I looked at her and told her, you didn't know that I am a black belt in dog jitsu, if you will. You've heard of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Well, I am a practitioner of Hawaiian dog jitsu, HDJ. So ever since then, she's liked to wrestle, and for it's almost every day at around in the afternoon, around 4:30 or 5. We usually walk around 5:15 or so. Um, she, she'll want to wrestle, and usually I'm on the couch, and she'll just and so we have to play, and it's really good. It's really good exercise for her. It's a really good workout for me. She gets a little bitey, and I try to channel that biting into tug of war, which she kind of likes. She kind of appreciates, but she mostly just wants to play dog jujitsu. David, thank you for being here. I appreciate your patience, and yes, David says there he is again. Yes, we're starting again, and we're live again. So yeah, we had to do that today. Like this one was from Tug of War because I stopped playing Tug of War and she didn't. This one is from DJJ, Dog Jiu-Jitsu. Cruz says, Red Dead 2. Greetings, Cruz. We were having such a nice conversation about Pazzoli. And I wanted to mention Pazuzu. If you've seen The Exorcist, Pazuzu is the name of the demon that takes possession of Reagan. Cruz says round 2. Okay, yes, Cruz. And actually, I don't know if they didn't do it in the most recent Exorcist, but for Exorcist 1, 2, not 3, but Dominion, it's all about that original priest, Father Marin, and his battle with this demon Pazuzu, both in the past. Dominion was a prequel, but I think it was written by William Peter Blatty, the writer of The Exorcist. So yeah, it just follows Father Marin and the demon Pazuzu. Odak says smuh. Odog is shaking his head. I apologize, Odog. And Cruz says, Super Antonio, don't associate my soup with paganism. It's not paganism. It's early Christianism. It's very Catholic. That's one thing I enjoy about the Exorcist movies is they're very Catholic. And David says, people will sit through shorts. Ben's, I've been meaning to talk to you about. It seems like the only reason you come here is to promote your channel. What's that about? And, we only have 8 viewers in the chat. If you want to do that, if you really want to do that, you need to hang out in a more popular channel with a bigger chat. Because everyone here knows you and everyone knows your channel. And you don't necessarily come here to talk about your channel and promote your, it's like I allow it to an extent, but that can't be every chat that you put in. I want you to talk. I want you to hang out. I want you to talk to your friends. I want you to socialize. I want you to talk about your workouts and what you had for dinner. So not everything has to be about Arthur. And, it's kind of not cool to just come into chat and promote your channel. And I'm sure you're not doing that on purpose, but that's how it's coming across. And the map. Ben says, I had homemade fried chicken. Yes, thank you, Ben. I'm sure you're not doing it on purpose. But there are many other things you can talk about other than Red Dead Redemption 2. And if you want to do that, do it on a bigger channel. Do it on a Mr. Beast live stream or a or Trippy or Mr. Boss. Serena says, it's cold here. I'm freezing. I had soup. What kind of soup, Serena? Australian soup with kangaroo and a side of Vegemite. What did I have? I had chicken pad thai. I had a craving for pad thai. The rice and noodle combination is very something I really enjoy. Serena says, LOL, no, Antonio. Beef stew soup. That sounds very filling. Cruz, yes, I have. Anyone seen the movie The Beach with Leo DiCaprio? Yes, I have. And Cruz, I'll do you one better. I've read the novel. Read the novel first. That's like one of the last Leonardo DiCaprio movies before he like thickened out. You know, where he was still kind of skinny and still kind of a teen idol. Odog says, probably Australian gumbo, spider, kangaroo, shark, and snake. Yes, all those, but also some kind of vegetable. I'm not sure. Menthol leaves from the koalas. Serena, do you have a pet koala? Cruz says, do you recommend the watch, Super Antonio? Yes and no. If you like that, I mean, if you like that lifestyle, that, you know, that digital tourist, if you like Bangkok and Thailand, it's interesting on that, from that aspect. You know, just like, it's, you know, it's a bunch of hippies who find a private island and form their own society, and it kind of goes Lord of the Rings, or Lord of the Flies, forgive me. It's like one half of the island is theirs, and they're just a hippie commune practicing free love and topless surfing and spearfishing, and the other half belongs to a bunch of drug dealers where they're growing their crop of devil's lettuce. Frodo's here. Greetings, Frodo. Frodo says, hey there, sorry I haven't been around lately. End of the school year is fast approaching. Greetings, Frodo. Appreciate you being here, friend. I had a Lord of the Rings reference, but I meant Lord of the Flies. Serena says, hi, Frodo. And Odok says, Scorpion Claw. Yes, in Australian gumbo. Cruz says, Serena, I'm learning how to make good soups this year. It's a goal. Serena says, no, Antonio, about koalas. I wish they're cute, but they can scratch you. Yeah, I saw a really cute video about a koala who was who had wandered into a house during Christmas and was stuck in the Christmas tree, and they had to call your version of animal services over to get the thing out. But they were very gentle, and he seemed very gentle. Cruz says, more so on the story expo, LOL. Is the plot worth it? Kind of question, LOL. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. But, you know, it depends on how much, you know, I haven't seen it in a long time. Let's put it this way, I don't have it on Blu-ray. If it were available streaming, I don't think I'd watch it. I'm watching The Blues Brothers right now, which is from like 1979, maybe 1980, I should know. I'm about halfway through. It's not as funny as I anticipated, but it's interesting just in terms of cinematic history. It's more of a musical, and I'm sure, I am absolutely certain this is where Quentin Tarantino got his idea of how to dress the Reservoir Dogs. And there are so many cameos in the Blues Brothers. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman is in it. Carrie Fisher, O-Dog, Princess Leia is in it as John Belushi's ex-girlfriend. What's it? John Candy as a parole officer. Frank Oz. Everybody's in it. It's fascinating. I'm about halfway through. Miko says, don't mess with them drop bears. And Serena says, sorry, Cruz, you do well, I'm sure. And Cruz says, Super Antonio, fair enough. Maybe I'll watch something else after this. And Cruz says, trying to decide an easy feel-good movie to watch after the stream. The Beach is not a feel-good movie. It gets dark. Serena says, been watching Bigfoot movies, scary ones, and Yeti movies. Is Bigfoot available in Australia? I mean, do you have... What? I'm looking up Bigfoot Australia. Do you have a Bigfoot legend? You do. It's called a Yowie. Yowie, Australia's Bigfoot. It is a large, legendary man-like or ape-like creature alleged to inhabit the Australian outback. Wow. And also you have a bunny yip. A malevolent monster that lurks in the water, waiting to pounce upon its next meal. And that meal is sometimes human. It is said on a quiet night in the outback, you can hear the haunting cry of the bunyip. He goes, bunyip, bunyip, bunyip. Cruz says, hopefully Benston gets scared off. He's a bright young lad. Yeah, I know. I don't think he meant it. But, you know, I try not to, like, I don't want to censor anyone, and I want you to talk about whatever you want to talk about, but you can't, you know, the chat isn't big enough. This channel isn't big enough to support that kind of spammy content. I do like Margaret Qualley, Cruz. Cruz says, I think I'll watch a drama with Margaret Qualley as the actress. The movie is called Stars at Noon. Let's look it up. Stars at Noon. English language French romantic thriller directed by Claire Denis, based on the 1996 novel Stars at Noon. A young American journalist stranded in present-day Nicaragua seduces an enigmatic Englishman who seems like her best chance of escape. She soon realizes, though, that their torrid affair has only put her in more danger. She's very pretty. Honey Bunny from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Ben says, you guys have a good stream. I'm going to go find something else to do. Okay, Benz, you have a great weekend. Appreciate you, friend.
All right. Looks like something.
Serena says, I really like the Burrowed movie. That was scary. Might watch it again. I don't know that movie, Serena. Burrowed. As we hunt for the legendary buck. Burrowed movie. There's a Borrowed movie. Yeah, I watched half of the Blues Brothers last night. Also, I really like the analog car stunts. It's ridiculous. It's like a car chase movie. And the music, of course. But it's not really a comedy. I thought it would be more of a comedy. Serena says, sorry, Antonio, the borrowers in the West. Yeah, don't know it. Cruz says, speaking of car stunts, I saw The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Clark. It was an entertaining watch. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see that cruise. Mama One says, "Hey family, greetings, Mama One. Everyone say hi to Mama One." And Serena says, "Not sure how to spell it. Don't worry, Serena." And David says, "There she is." And Serena says, "You have talked about it, Antonio." Um, I may have, but I don't remember the movie. I apologize, Serena. And Serena says, "Hi, Mama. Sadie's down here, Mama One, and she's kind of snoring, so I don't want to wake her up just this moment. Maybe a little later. But she's very tired. She had on her walk, she saw lots of her friends, so she got to play with her little doggy friends a lot, and also we had a wrestling session before her walk. So she's all tired. She's all tuckered out. Miko says, "Hello, Mama One." And Mama One says, "Hey, David. Hey, Serena. Hello, Miko. Hope you are well. Hope you all are well. Hope you are well, Mama One." I love Chapter 2. And I love this style of playthrough where we're not like deliberately being bad on her. We're just kind of living our life, hunting. Cruz says, "Super Antonio, I was thinking the same thing, then decided to check it out. It's a movie that didn't take itself seriously in a refreshing sort of way. It caught me by surprise." The Fall Guy. Okay, Cruz. Odog has the brown hand clap for Mama One. And Mama One says, "Love the Brindle Thoroughbred. I have one this playthrough, along with the reverse Dapple Black. Mama One, the Brindle Thoroughbred, loves you." And Mama One says to Odog, "Hope you are well." 13 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. I appreciate you being here. I apologize for the false start. What's that about?
Right, let's see.
And back to the Trapper we go.
Just about any price for this.
Speaking of trailers, Cruz, I've noticed in trailer editing that a lot of times I'll watch a trailer and I'll feel that I've seen everything I want to see of the movie. They've shown me the highlights, they've shown me the plot, they've shown me the twist, and there's really no reason to watch the movie. It seems like we've forgotten how to make trailers, or this new style of trailers just shows you everything, and then I feel like I've seen a 2-minute movie and I can move on and watch something else. Mama One says, "I always go for the buck talisman. Helps to get better to pelts." Yeah, that's the first one I always get. And here comes the cougar to say hello. Sadie is half in her chair and half on my leg. She's got her head on my leg and she's snoring. That's what she That's what she thinks of the chat and the stream. Okay, now she's awake. Here. Okay. Let's see if she'll sit up for some potent canine bait. Yes, she will. Okay. Say hello to David and Serena and Mama One and Odog and Miko and Cruz. Good girl. Serena says, "Always cougar there for me too." And Cruz says, "Yeah, cinema hasn't been what it's used to be. I'm hoping George Miller film lives up to the hype. Really looking forward to Furiosa." I saw a long live stream / commentary by a channel I follow, Film Threat, where they talked about the good things and the bad things. One thing that they mentioned, it's really long, super long. It's 3 hours long. And the first 40 minutes are a very young Furiosa, not Anya Taylor-Joy. It's like a kid, some little kid. And they said that segment could have lasted 10 minutes. I mean, she's the star of the movie, so why not just like put her in immediately instead of devoting like, you know, almost a third of the movie to some random kid. But yeah, I'll definitely get it on Blu-ray for the collection. I like that actress. Even though she is part hammerhead shark. But I find that attractive. And she speaks Espanol, Cruz. She was raised in South America, I think. Serena says, I was trying to save an NPC walking his horse. Cougar attacking him. I couldn't save him. Can't save everyone, Serena. Regrettably. Mama once says, I swear horses have bravery stats. I do too. My thoroughbred is fearless, but my piebald Hungarian is scared of everything. Makes the Count look like an action hero. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that the piebald isn't good in a firefight. He'll freeze up. Serena says, maybe that kid is the next industry plant for Hollywood. Yeah, maybe, Cruz. And Serena says, David, say hi to your wife. And Serena also says, hi, Papa One. And David says, she says hi back. Cruz says, Anna isn't part shark, superantonio. She has distinctive, appealing features. And Mama One says, Papa One says hello to all of the family. David, give our best to your wife. Greetings, Papa One. I hope you had a good week. And here is the vampire postman. But it's during the day. But I guess he's in the shadow, so it's okay. And Cruz says, and Anna speaks Argentinian Spanish. It's foreign for my liking. And Serena says, that's vampire there at the post office. Yes. He says he knows the Saint Denis vampire. And we're back on Cerberus. Is that Cerberus? And David says, she says hello, Mama One. David's wife, that is. Is your wife accompanying you to Saint Denis, David? Or is she going to stay here and hold down the fort? Sadie moved to her crate in front of the desk. Cruz says, wait, the Saint Denis mailman knows the Saint Denis vampire like the friends or something. It's not canon, it's head canon, as the youth of today would say. No, it's just a joke. He's just, you know, he may be, he may not be. I just like pretending he is. Mama One says, have you went after the vampire or serial killer? Oh, yes. Some of the gear they have would be cool for bad honor. And Frodo says, speaking of wives, my missus is calling. Old Mary Todd is calling. Thought I would have more time to hang out, but alas, I must hit the old duty trail. Good night all and have a great weekend. Dusty trail. Frodo, appreciate you being here, friend. You have a great weekend as well. Cruz says, I've decided I'll rewatch John Tucker Must Die for my movie after the stream. John Tucker, I know that title, but I don't know if I've seen that. Serena says, I remember doing the vampire in Saint Denis and the serial killer too. And bye, Frodo. Have a great weekend. John Tucker Must Die from 2006. After discovering they are all dating the same guy, Three popular students from different cliques band together for revenge, so they enlist the help of a new gal in town and conspire to break the jerk's heart while destroying his reputation. Sounds a little too romantic for me, Cruz. But you know, you watch what you want to watch. I mean, it also sounds fun and wholesome, and I don't like enough wholesome things. I know that it's a flaw in my character. Cruz says a Red Dead 2 vampire hunting expansion DLC would have been perfect. Yeah, some kind of like Undead Nightmare, but updated for Red Dead 2, where, you know, we don't necessarily do vampires, but he could go after cryptids or I mean zombies, but he could go after the vampires, werewolves, vampires in Saint Denis. That sounds great. Serena says, I admit when I first played, I was scared doing vampire and serial killer, but now I'm not really scared. Yeah, it's not scary. Mama One says, something about the thoroughbred just looks and feels special. I don't get that with the Arabians. I like Turkmans for John, but Arthur is a thoroughbred man to me. It's one of the few horses no other gang member has. Yeah, the Brindle thoroughbred is essential for me in Chapter 2. Cruz says, crazy, I thought John Tucker was the coolest guy when I was a kid. It's a rom-com from the 2000s. Think something along the lines of Dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Dodgeball is like from when they actually made comedies that were funny. I don't think they can do that now because they're so afraid of offending everyone. I've been watching an old series. Well, it's not old, but it's like at least 10 years of old. It's called Person of Interest. And it is from 2011. Former CIA agent Reese, now presumed dead, and billionaire software genius Finch joined forces as a vigilante crime-fighting team, using Finch's program, which employs pattern recognition to determine individuals who will soon be involved in violent crimes. It's really cool. It's very paranoid. It's very post 9/11. He's invented an algorithm that kind of predicts crime, future crime. And then Reese, Jim Caviezel, like goes out and fights people and gets into, has adventures every week. Serena says, I can't believe it's been nearly 5 years since this game came out, and I think it's still my favorite. Yeah, I think this is going to be my favorite game ever for my life. What's that about? And Mama One says, do you only keep one horse per playthrough? I keep my stables full. I'm going for the Silver Dapple Pinto and Bronze Turkman this playthrough. Just have to choose which horse to sell. I like keeping 3 horses. I like keeping 1 slot open. But it depends. If I'm in Chapter 2, I want at the very least a Brindle and the Piebald. Cruz says, rom-coms will make a comeback. You guys wait on it. I don't think they've really gone away. The snake bite guy. There's nothing in here really that's worth getting. So I always spend it on an outfit. Mama One asks, and this is, I assume, for me in the chat. Papa One wants to know if you could meet one famous person and have a conversation with them, who would you choose and why? One famous person. There's so many. I mean, Oscar Wilde, one of my favorite authors, immediately comes to mind. You know, I think of like great conversationalists: Hemingway, Truman Capote, and then like David Bowie, of course, and Andy Warhol.
You're paying next time, though.
I'm thinking of dead people. Who else would as far as living people go, and he's kind of accessible. I'd like to talk to Elon Musk, and you can kind of talk to him on Twitter or X. He's fascinating. Also, Steve Jobs. Who else? That's all I can think of right now off the top of my head.
Thanks. Good girl.
Odog says Salma Hayek. All I need. Yes, I'm afraid I would have to talk to Salma Hayek. Odog. Oh, and Quentin Tarantino. That would be a lot of fun. You've seen From Dusk Till Dawn, Odog, haven't you? Cruz says, speaking of X, I'm not a fan of the black background icon for the X app. I wish it were white with a black X. Let's look at that X. I mean, I have it. I look at it every day. But X. Twitter. Oh, yeah. It's black now. Nah. Yeah, I don't have any opinion on it. Odog is very possessive of Salma Hayek. She aged amazingly well.
Welcome. You just discovered my little shop here?
You better know how to use that.
Pick up some dynamite. We could always use more dynamite.
Exclusive, huh? How's this?
I just hope nobody's missing this too much.
15 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. Sorry we had to start over again. Mama One says, Papa One says, I like Elon Musk because he loves to troll people and they can't do anything. It's a level of petty Papa One aspires to be. Yeah, I'll just buy the company. It's very Tony Stark. And incidentally, he does have a cameo in one of the Iron Man 2, I believe. And that was, that was before he turned into the Elon Musk personality that he is now. Iron Man 2, in case you're wondering, is my favorite Iron Man because it introduces Black Widow. And and my life changed after after I saw her step in the ring. But I will say she's not aging as well as Salma Hayek. That's okay, though. I mean, people are allowed to age. And it's time for Horseman 4. Never done it from this camp. But you pretty much... If you do it from the camp that is above that ridge, you have to go a little bit past Emerald Station to get your 4,000 yards or feet or whatever. So I'm not sure how long it takes over here, but the game will tell you when you've completed the challenge. Mama One says Papa One loves the Iron Man movies. His older brother always was obsessed with Iron Man, while Papa is a Spider-Man fanboy, especially Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man was the last movie he watched with his dad. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing about movies. You get sentimental about them. You associate them with who you were at the time, who you were with at the time. I like that. I can understand that. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love the Marvel franchise is that I associate it with my nephew, who was actually the one who got me into, all of the Marvel movies. I didn't really care. I was kind of following because my friends were following, but I wasn't really interested. But now I have all of them on Blu-ray. Miko says there's talk that Scarlett Johansson might be the lead in the new Jurassic World movie. Interesting. Cruz says, same Super Antonio, never caught the Marvel bug. Yeah, I can understand. I mean, if you watch all of them, at least from phase 3, not modern Marvel, if you watch it all the way through Infinity War, it's a wonderful, series of movies, but there's like 16 or 20 of them. It's especially towards the end, they all start coming together in a wonderful way where they all make sense. They all dovetail. Much like the Harry Potter movies. And they don't do that anymore. They just kind of make it up as they go along. Cruz says Scarlett could never make another movie after doing the Marvel films and be just okay. She got paid beautifully for those roles. Yeah, but her Black Widow movie came too late. And Mama One says Papa One absolutely adored his dad. I loved him too. We always felt robbed that he died when my son was 2. He loved his grandson, according to his words. My favorite grandchild. He took my son Brandon everywhere. Well, you have your memories of him. That's good. Cruz says, came during the shutdown. No, Super Antonio? I believe so. But yeah, the timing was awful, and, she had kind of... I don't know how to say it in a kind and sensitive way, but it came about 10 years too late. Let's just put it that way. Okay, maybe 5 years too late. I did like the white suit, though. I wanted the action figure at the time. Let's see how much that action figure is going for. Hot Toys. Black Widow. Snowsuit. Yeah, I wanted the white suit. $255. They got it for $220 on eBay. Cruz says, and she sued the studio for breach of contract, from what I remember. Yeah, I recall that as well. Mama One says, my son is tall, just like he was, 6'3", 2 inches shorter. I wish he could be here now and see how far technology has come. He would have loved Red Dead 2. And Cruz says, I wish I could have been there for her when she needed someone the most. Super Antonio. To be honest, yes, Cruz, I understand exactly how you feel. Yeah, I'm fascinated by history and how much history has progressed. And the things that we've seen in our lifetime. And also the idea of going from, okay, Wright brothers to moon landing. Wright brothers was in 1903, first flight, and in 1969, 66 later was the first moon landing. You know, so that's just amazing. I don't believe we've experienced a leap in technology that dramatic. The last leap we really had was the invention of the microchip. Everything since then has been based on that, and even though technology has progressed and we've got AI now, which is kind of scary, we need an invention that revolutionizes the microchip, memory storage, and batteries. So, all you young people in the chat and future viewers, that's the 3 things you need to work on. And of course, renewable technology, or ways to like expand on fossil fuels, like instead of needing a gallon of gas, needing like an ounce of gas to work as well as a gallon of gas with some kind of additive or special medicine that you put in there that is renewable. But really, if you make batteries smaller, that would be just as revolutionary. Cruz says, now where Boeing whistleblowers mysteriously end up losing their lives. Yeah, what's that about? Air travel has come a long way. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of air travel now, Cruz. Papa One says, if you would ever told younger him that he would have a smartphone and connect with people on a live stream all over the world, he would have thought we were insane. Yeah, we've got these phones now with literally all of human history on there. That's crazy. Every written thing. Just kind of cleaning up. All of human history, every piece of information that you could possibly need. The new skill now is to figure out how to find it. Google searches. It's got to be challenging for children and for students because you don't need to memorize anything anymore. You don't even really, it's like having the calculator, and everyone says you're not going to have a calculator in real life, so you have to learn it. Well, you kind of have a calculator now. You don't have to learn facts anymore. You can just look it up. So you need to challenge yourself. They need to teach you a different way to think. Miko says the gas and oil companies wouldn't like that. I think, yeah, that's an urban legend that they've got the hydrogen car, the car that runs on water. They bought the technology, and they've just been sitting on it all this time. Maybe. Mama One says, Cruz, conspiracy theories are pretty much all true. They never flat out say you're wrong in those theories. They just say you are crazy. Why lie when they can gaslight you instead? Yeah, I love a good conspiracy theory, and I love bad ones too. I'm fascinated by them.
Wait. Yep. Come on. Yep. Follow me, girl.
Also, the flat Earth. I went down a flat Earth rabbit hole just because I wanted to understand why they think there is a flat. Why? How? How? And it's like, and it like ties in with the moon landing deniers. But I love the idea of an ice wall like in Game of Thrones, just encircling the flat Earth, and that's Antarctica, and you can't go beyond that ice wall. Odog says the next step is to get away from the corrupt capitalist system, get cures for these diseases, and find a habitable planet. That's why Elon's going to Mars, Odog, and why he's investing so heavily in like AI and uploading your consciousness into the cloud. Mama One says American paints and Nakotas in 1899 were the size of donkeys. They technically should not be used in this game. Yeah, but they're so pretty. Very Lovecraftian, the idea that that there's just a giant ice wall that we can't go past, or we'll like fall off the edge of the earth or meet an elder god, Cthulhu. It's fascinating. And the reptilians that were actually ruled by reptilian overlords who may have evolved from dinosaurs. They explored that in Doctor Who. Not modern Doctor Who, but early Doctor Who. We need this animal fat for the explosive rounds. Mama One says capitalism is just one of many failed governments. Having a government, no matter the ideology, is the problem. Eventually, no matter who they are, they will overstep their boundaries at one time. Yeah, we are living in interesting times. I've loved that Chinese curse. May you live during interesting times. And we're certainly doing that right now. And I'm tired of it. I don't want historically significant events, every time I open my phone. I want things to go back to normal, but I guess this is the new normal. What's that about? I do like that American paint. We should feature that horse. Make a note of that, Morgan. I'm doing that. American paint. So tomorrow night, instead of a horse show, we are going to do a viewer pet show, but it is a viewer preview pet show. So it's not the full thing. We're just going to hang out and look at cats and dogs and snakes and turtles. And that, my friends, is about all I have for you guys. Appreciate everyone being here. I'm sorry. I apologize for the stream breakdown. Shout out to the mods, Mama One, Odog, Serena, David. Serena, you're an awesome stream. Appreciate all of you being here. We're going to have a pet show tomorrow instead of a horse show. And Cruz, Miko, thank you, friends. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the movies you watch after this. Have a great weekend. ODOG with the peace sign. Thank you, friends.